Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online, the SLOTRO edition. This is Gnarlo here. Can you say hello to everyone, Gnarlo? Good girl. This is being done in a voiceover. I was talking about right here about her hood. Isn't that nice? She's got kind of a sinister look to herself with that hooded cloak, and how it reminded you of Aragorn. Why Aragorn was a good fashion choice to wear the cloak and the prancing pony and making himself look so threatening. This is an actual voiceover doing rather than recorded live because my microphone effed up on me. I don't know why, but the recording software did not record anything, so it's all being done in post. As you see, we're here in the Arid Luwine. We're at Thrassi's Lodge, and we've got a quest, the 5th gear. And we have got to go to the northeast of the Hothlin here, up into the spider regions. We're looking for the 5th and last gear of the puzzle lock. And it's going to be up in that direction. As you see, we are right here at Thrassi's Lodge, and it's going to be on past the Hothlin right up here in this area, along somewhere around the area of that flag there, I believe. Because that's where all the Spiderlands were, all up there in those forests. We might have to go a little further up to the north, but it should be somewhere in that area, away from the undead regions and all. So that's what we are going to do. I think right about here I pulled up, yes I did, I pulled up my inventory. I have received a gift. This is from our good friend Trotter, who sent this along to me. It is a Talisman of the Black Bear. Now, as y'all know, I'm not doing the Hobbit presents and all that. I said this was going to be, SLOTRO was going to be entirely on what I got through quest rewards and all that, and what I created myself. As far, I wasn't going to use the overpowered Matham stuff. But this is actually just a cosmetic item. So we're going to go ahead and memorize it here. This is a cosmetic item that turns our bear companion into a black bear companion. A very nice gift. Thank you, Trotter, very much. Let's go ahead and get that into our repertoire here. So very happy to have it. Very generous. Thank you so much. There we go. We've now got the black bear as a skill of a companion that we can pull up. And we will be taking it along with us on this journey as soon as I figure out what I'm going to name it. So we are going to head on out down the road here and on up into the Hothlin area in this fine snow. Beautiful snowy weather here in the Arid Luwine. Go around the top of Keladul, and then hopefully after that, after we get all this, we will meet you over there where we are going to be finding the chest in the spider lairs. So we will see you then, and we will see what we can find. We have arrived here in the Hothlin. We are pretty much damn near, as you see on the map, right where I thought we'd be, right there at the flag, just a little bit to the north and just a little bit to the west of it here. Right outside, right over here next to the small pond with the ruins in it, and just down the hill from where we found the cook, I believe. I believe he was behind us here, and as you see, we have a chest, and as you show, it shows with the 5th gear puzzle. We have named Bobo. We've named our bear Bobo, and just like BJ and the Bear with Stacks, yes, I was a big fan of Muppets Tonight as well. Okay, so on down toward the pond here. Let's see if we can take these spiders out. We're going to see if we can do some Lore Master type fighting. Let's hit them with the cracked earth. That'll hit them with the root there. I'm not sure if it's going to hit both of them or one or what, but let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. The cracked earth kicked in, and it looks like it's actually doing a damage over time. All right, fantastic. So it did also get both of them, and look at there, kind of an area effect. Took damage, both of them down quite a bit here, and we didn't take any damage whatsoever. That was nice. Never activated Bobo. Let's go over to the chest. Let's take a look inside of it and see what we find. Are we going to find the 5th gear? Yep, found the missing 5th gear. There it is. Oh, nope. I got to pull up the thing. It doesn't go in your inventory anymore, does it? All right, let's see what it says here. A strangely asymmetric gear with irregular cogs. Before all else, the silvery light of the moon can be seen as etched in its face. All right, very good. So we are successful with that now. Now we need to bring it back over to Bavor. He is, of course, in Thorin's Hall, so we are going to work our way back over through the spiders here, back around the top of Caladim, back over to Thrassy's Lodge. And I think at that point we will be taking a stable master ride back over to probably Gondamon. I think we have to go to Gondamon before we can go to Thorin's. So we will do that, and once we make our way back to the Great Hall of Thorin's and meet Bavor, we will see if this finishes up the puzzle vault. Seriously, it's almost like I know what's coming, isn't it? We have returned. We are here in Thorin's Hall. We are against the far wall of the Great Hall here, talking to Bavor, in the shadow of Thorin himself. Right here in the great entry hall with the shaft of light illuminating the statue. And we need to talk to Bavor, see if this is the final cog in the puzzle.
Wonderful. This is the last of the missing pieces. Everything should fit together now. I hope.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Finally, it's working, I think. I'm going to have to stay here to care for this machine. You go open the vault. It's quite a distance away, on the other side of Thorin's Hall, here to the north and up the stairs. The chains and cables run all along through the walls, a real work of art. Make sure you get the order of the levers right, or you'll have to come back here so I can reset the gears. Perhaps those clues you found in the boxes will help with the order.
So we will accept the puzzle here and head on over. New quest, the puzzle vault. So we hopefully maybe are finishing up the last of the puzzle vault. Let's see what we have. Yep, there we go. It looks like every single box that we had a clue in it. Something etched on the gear itself. I think the last one may have been the only one that we actually read the clue off of. One that was talking about the, I can't remember the 5th one that we saw here. Something about the sun rising after the moon or something of that sort. We're going to go on up here. The puzzle vault is right up here just to the right of Durin's throne. We don't have to go quite to Durin's throne. It's off to the right here. We're going to head up these stairs, see if it's in this area. I think it's back in that corner. But as I hit the top of the stairs, nope, it's right here, isn't it? And we've got 4 levers now. Labeled Moon, Jewel, Axe, and Sun. Just like the little... Hello, Hecky. Labeled just like the little plaques above them. So let's pull up and look at the clues and figure out what we are going to be doing here. Now, as I said, I am recording this in post, so I'm not going to go through the clues just like the thing. Let's see. You find these clues etched in the faces of the gears. The axe bites deep before the first light of the sun. The sun rises after the moon has set. A jewel may be found in the light of the sun. Jewels are only found after much hard work, which sounds like the last one. And before all else, the silvery light of the moon can be seen. So before all else, as you see, we just pulled the moon with a click. So next up, we've got to figure out which one. The sun rises after the moon, but the axe bites before the first light. So let's try the axe now. And it should click. Yep. And next, of course, will be the sun, and then the jewel, which is the one that's only found after much hard work. So let's go give it a yank and see what happens here. Click, 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 click. The vault is unlocked. All right, is it now? Well, as we right-click on it, let's open the vault. Ooh, and the top rolls back. Nicely done. I'm glad they actually animated that. And here we have the crown of the mountain. So we will put that in inventory. You take a large crude black rock from the vault. Okay, let us head on back down. We'll take a look at the crown of the mountain here. Let's see, where is it? Right there. And it says a nondescript chunk of metallic black rock. Okay, so where's the stairs back down? Let's take this nondescript chunk of metallic black rock back over to Bavor and see what he has to say about it. It's one of those things you have to wonder about. If you know in so much of high fantasy, I'm thinking of like the Elric novels and stuff like that, you have magical swords and items made from the sky stones that fall from the sky. So that makes me think, you know, is this something of the sort with the metallic black rock? Is it a piece of meteorite or something? We'll find out here in just a moment once we hand it to him, and maybe he can tell us just what the crown of the mountain is here. All right, Bavor, here's your rock.
Greetings, traveler.
This was in the vault. This?
Bavor stares incredulously at the black rock.
Amazing! Fantastic! Incredible! Listen, no one knew just what was sealed in the vault. This is one of the greatest of all the treasures of the dwarves. Oh, I know it doesn't look like much, but the story goes that Durin himself hewed this from Gundabad, the mountain where he first awoke. It's the first chunk of ore ever mined by the father of our line. This is the most ancient artifact of the dwarves, and serves as a symbol of our heritage. You have unearthed a true treasure with all your hard work, and you deserve all of our thanks.
Don't get too choked up there, buddy. Okay, let's see what we're going to have here. That's something that we can't use. It's not better than our hat. That is something that we can't use, but it's worth a good deal more than the other one is. We've got a necklace, which gives us some fate instead of the agility, and a rune stone that we can't use. So I think that we are probably going to go with the necklace here. Let's go ahead and choose it. We will finish up the vault, see if there's anything else that Bavor here has to say to us, or if we have finished the... There we go, the puzzle vault. Looks like we have finally completed that mission. So nothing more, no more gears or anything to figure out. Let's let Bavor sit there and study his puzzle, study the ancient art of the dwarves while we head on back. We will meet you back at Thrassy's Lodge, and we will get working back on the prologue here without any more distractions. We have returned to the lodge. Let us talk to Langless here. As you notice, it has become night. As we were running around, I had not realized it was quite so late in the evening.
How can I be of service?
But let's see what he has to say.
This will be a difficult task. I will guide you to the place I believe Avorthal is being held. We will no doubt have to fight our way through a gauntlet of sturdy Dowerhand warriors. We must watch each other's backs lest we fail. Are you ready to leave?
I am indeed ready to leave, so I suppose we will travel now. I do seem to remember this battle. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I remember having fought it in the past with myself, with Dwindon, our entire group, myself, Dwindon, and Keeber, and Keeber's wife is Amanthea. The four of us went in as a group back in the days whenever Glennoran was just a young pup of a dwarven guardian making his way through the arid Luine here. But of course, as we've said before, the whole thing with the epic line now, where they have it so that you can pretty much solo through the epic line in only the larger zones, the larger...
The Ranger Langlass prepares to mount an effort to rescue the elf prince Avorthal from the clutches of the treacherous Dowerhands.
raids and events like that that you still need a group for. Let's go up here and, well, first of all, let's bring up Bobo. So we'll be prepared, and then let's talk to Langless here. I wasn't trying to pull up another companion.
We must hurry.
We should proceed without delay. Together we may defeat the Dowerhands and rescue Avorthal.
Alright, that is what we will do. So we got to protect Langless. Langless has got to live through this, of course. So let's come down here and see if we can keep him alive. Let's hit him with a little fire and all. Been trying to remember these battles, trying to use some of the gust of wind too, the area effect, the fire effects I was throwing out. And of course always taking advantage of hitting them with a stick. Careful, there will be many more enemies ahead. Indeed there will be. This is not the battle that I was thinking it was. This right here, of course, we're at the what? Grimwater, I think is the name of this place. I was thinking of a battle coming up, I can only suppose, because I remember a battle, unless they've changed the quest line. I remember a battle that took place down at the docks on a boat. So unless things have changed, that is the one that I'm thinking of. But maybe Avorthal's here. I don't really remember fighting through here. And of course we have been here. Let's see. Let us pause and get our bearings, lest we are caught unawares. I guess that's where he takes a second to get his hit points back, which is good. He's got a couple of pauses like that programmed in here. We're better than some of our fights you've seen with Gnarlo, where the people just keep rushing and keep rushing and keep rushing. And if you ain't got a healer, or you ain't got somebody that can take the enemy down real quick, the person eventually dies because they don't take a break to get their hit points back. So it makes it a little bit more difficult than it should be. Let's rest here for a moment. See, that's good. Oh, okay. There we go. So you see, and these got these pauses. These were pauses in the old adventures as well that gave you a chance to come back and loot all the bodies. Because remember, before they gave us this little loot bag down here in the bottom right, the bodies would still be laying around for 4 or 5 minutes after you killed them, and you had to go to each one and loot them. So that gave you a chance. These little breaks like this were programmed in to give you a chance to loot the bodies and to get the stuff off of them. So we will go ahead and talk to Langless and continue on up the hill here. See, we've never been past that gate. When we were here last time, we did fight once, but it was to fight that dwarf captain. They know we are here now. The fighting will be worse up ahead. Now it is time to go. Careful now, we are moving deeper into their camp. Indeed we are. Yes, I do know what's coming up, and yes, I know how things proceed, but I'm fortunately recording, well, it would have been fortunate if my recording had actually captured my voice before, but fortunately I am recording this right after having done it the first time, so I still remember most of what I said. I'm saying a lot of this verbatim as to what I said when I was given the commentary before. You should pause. Okay. I think he'll pause here and say something about slowing down or something. But I remember most of what I was saying before. And I also... there we go. Let us pause and get our bearings, lest we be caught unawares. And I also remember where my thought processes were, like talking about back there with the pause he had so you could loot the bodies. We obviously didn't go back to loot the bodies because we've got the loot bag down there. But what we actually did was go back. I wanted to make sure there were no chests or containers or anything sitting around the camp that we might have missed as we fought our way through it. Obviously there weren't, and we didn't miss any. And I don't think, as I'm looking around here, you know, peeking over there, making sure there's nothing sitting there. So we don't have to worry about any kind of chests. But it was nice to have those pauses back in the day. They sometimes didn't come frequently enough. And just like I said, his little pauses that he has where he rests up. The one in particular I can think of, if you remember Gnarlo, when he's fighting his way into Carn Doom with that ranger, whenever we're far in the northern part of Angmar. You got the ranger captain there, his daughter, who he has been taken prisoner, and his daughter goes in to capture him. If you remember, I had to, even with the inspiration bonus and all, I still had to get my brother Dwindon along to act as a DPS, because she just never paused. She kept moving and she kept running. Let us hold here. I sense we are near The end. We will need all of our strength for the coming battle, I fear. Okay, and he's got another pause for you to go back, check for the bodies. We've already looked to see, make sure there were no chests or anything, so that's what he has to say now.
You are a boon companion.
This has been a long and dangerous trek, but I'm glad to have had you at my side throughout it all. Come now, let us end this. Okay, so it looks like our final fight. Come now, let us end this. We come in, ooh, spooky place. Alright, so we got the guy here, the Dour Hand, Mr. Hakon Iron Fist. You, deliver up Avorthal or face the consequences. Avorthal has already been taken to Keladul. He will die, you will die. How Skorgrim will reward me when I bring him your heads. Alright, so it looks like we've got the fight against the boss here. Not that tough a fight. He is a little tougher than that. I hadn't noticed over here that the quest is an orange level in here, but... Oh, come my pets. But he said with his dying breath, a little bit too late. Down they went. Still don't see any chest or anything to loot, although that's an evil, evil place. Now we know why we always got that dread downstairs.
Our efforts were for naught.
This has been a waste of time and blood, neither of which we can afford. Let us discuss our possible paths back at the lodge. Completed. Instance to avert a war. Yes, we will travel now. Let us go back to Thrassy's lodge, and there we will talk to Langlis once more. See where we're going now. I bet it involves a boat.
What can I do for you?
This is certainly distressing news. It appears the Dour Hands were one step ahead of us all this while. Ah well, I suppose we must follow their trail. Keladul is the center of Dour Hand power, the last remaining town in Ered Luin which they control. Conflict will not be easily avoided there. No, it will not. Let's see, we have leggings we can't wear, we have a weapon we can't use, and we have a staff, which is pretty much exactly like the one that we have now. Just a little bit different, skill on it. So let us go ahead and take the other one there. That will
with you a moment.
be our vendor trash. Rescue by moonlight. We must not delay, Narune. We must rescue Avorthal from the Dour Hands before they are able to set sail. The Dour Hands control the port city of Keladul to the east, and the ship they plan to carry Avorthal on is surely docked there. Keladul is defended by a score of Dour Hands, and is a position of great strength. We cannot hope to attack it directly. If we are to have any hope of rescuing Avorthal from Keladul, we will need the help of one who knows the city. I know a dwarf, a longbeard named Svarner, who was a harbor master at the port before the Dour Hands captured the city. You will find him to the east of here, not far from Keladul. Indeed, we've had talks with Svarner before, haven't we? He is right outside there. We have seen him on the quest that we went down. So Prologue, Rescue by Moonlight. That is where we are going to call it. Let us go dismiss Bobo here. You go find Stacks. Both of you go out into the wild. Enjoy your time. Go play with the other bears and all in the area and have a good time before I have to summon you to our side again. So we are getting very close to the end. This is the battle coming up now that we're down the docks. This is the battle coming up that I was thinking about before. That involves the one where we had the big fight with all my brothers and everything. So that is what we were going to do. In the meantime, I'm going to think about what's coming up and think about where I left Gnarlo. So thank y'all for joining along with me. I appreciate. Thank you, Trotter, for the gift of the black bear. I really appreciate that as well. Hope y'all have enjoyed my little voiceover episode. We will make sure the mic is recording properly next time, and we will see you then. Thanks for coming along, and bye-bye.